Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, rail fans. No matter what time of the day it is when you're watching this, welcome back to another video here on the channel that we like to call Clear Signal Productions. Today is Sunday, March 14th, Pi Day, and it's 1:30 in the afternoon. And if you've been watching the last couple of videos that I've put up on the channel, you'll know that we're down here in Pennsylvania for a few days. The last couple of videos, of course, were the Strasburg Railroad and then some NS action. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Reading and Northern. It's 1:30, like I mentioned, so that means the NRFF crew should be just getting on duty. And our plan is today to chase NRFF up to Pittston at least, and possibly down on the return a little bit. Since today is the first day of daylight savings, we get another extra hour of sunlight in the evening. So we're going to head over there now. Actually, right now, we're sitting next to the Harrisburg line still, over in Sinking Spring at milepost 63. So we're going to get headed over to the North Reading Yard and see what's going on. Alright, so here we are now over in the North Reading Yard, and we're looking at NRFF. The crew literally just pulled up in this little van over here, and they just got in the cab. So they should be getting ready maybe another 15 minutes or so. They've got the 3055 here on point, which honestly I prefer rather than this thing leading, the 5018. Though it will be nice to get a couple of shots of it leading on the way southbound. They've got the 3055, the 5018, and about 10, 15 cars maybe. All boxcars. So that's about it. And we'll see what we can do with the Reading and Northern NRFF. Alright everybody, that is going to wrap up our first portion of this video. Of course we'll be back tomorrow for another chase, but that wraps up the chase of NRFF. It's already 5:30, and based off what I've heard from a few people who have railfanned the Reading and Northern more than I have, which doesn't take much, they've all told me that they'll be in Pittston Yard for roughly an hour to an hour and a half, and it's already 5:30. So either way, whether it's an hour or an hour and a half even, they'll be pushing sunset by the time they depart. So I think we're just gonna head on back towards the NS Harrisburg line and catch some more action down there, which of course was in the video that you saw before this one. But before we head back to NS, quick little recap of the NRFF. It's fairly obvious that this was only my second time chasing this job, and there are three shots that I really wanted that I missed, but I might just do them tomorrow after the QAMC, just because one of them was, in particular, was really nice, and I'm really kicking myself because what had happened, this shot I'm talking about is in New Ringgold, Pennsylvania, right along that kind of straightaway with the signal down in the corner. And I pulled into New Ringgold and figured I'd have about 2 minutes until he came by. And I waited for about 5 minutes, and then I started thinking to myself, well, if he was really going 40 the whole way, maybe I missed him. And so I gave it another 2 minutes after that, and I said, okay, he's not here, I've definitely missed him, and he's just been getting further away from me this whole time. So I got in the car and started driving away. And as soon as I start driving away, he calls the signal that I just talked about, that would have been in the shot. He calls the signal, and I just had to sit in my car and watch him go by, because I didn't have any time to get out and reset up. So I'm really kicking myself for that. So that shot in New Ringgold we're most likely going to just do tomorrow with Monday's train. And then I also missed the shot in Port Clinton just because of some road construction. But that's another shot I'd really like to get, of them passing the engine shops and stuff like that. So Port Clinton, New Ringgold, and possibly Tamaqua we'll just do again tomorrow, because Tamaqua I didn't get there in time, but I wasn't planning on shooting them there, but we might, just because we can tomorrow. But anyway, before we get back to the NS Harrisburg line and before we get to QAMC tomorrow morning, we are first going to have a little bit of a nerd out session. What we're doing right now, actually, we are not headed back south to NS. We're actually currently headed north to the DLRR, but actually we're not after any trains right now. We are going to Scranton, Pennsylvania, and a few of you might right away figure out what that means. For those of you who don't, we are going to check out the old factory building that they show in the intro clip of The Office. Just because the last shot we got of NRFF was only half an hour away from it, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity. Granted, I've been to Scranton a couple times before for Railfest 2015 when we chased the 765, and a couple other times, but I wasn't watching The Office yet. So now that I've watched the show 10 times, I think it's about time we check out the building. And actually, there's a couple other places. I found this little list online of a bunch of addresses for where all those intro clips were shot. So we're going to see if we can check it out. And then we're going to head back to Norfolk Southern. And then after that, of course, the QAMC tomorrow. But that's about it for now. Wasn't a terrible day with NRFF, and we'll see what we can do tomorrow. Alright everybody, so it's a little bit past 7 in the morning now, and of course today is now Monday, March 15th, and just around the corner, way down there out of view, you can probably just see the headlight peeking through the brush. That's our QAMC job. The town we're in, I have no idea how to say the name, but I'm going to try my best. We're here in Mahani City. I guess that's how you say it, but we're going to wait here, and we should have sunrise. Sunrise was 5 minutes ago, so maybe in another 10 minutes or so we should have some really nice lighting, some really nice backlighting, and also side lighting, so it should be pretty good. And hopefully they get rolling here pretty soon. Then of course we'll go west to Mount Carmel, and most likely come back east with the job. And then, of course, we are going to get 3 shots of NRFF that we missed the other day. But that's what's going here. That's what's going on here at 7 in the morning. Well, alright everyone, it is now 10:30 in the morning, and we're now over here in Minnersville. And the reason we're all the way out here is just because this was the closest place I could find some breakfast. All those towns out near Mount Carmel and stuff really are just houses, and that's about it. They might have one gas station, and they're basically one gas station, one traffic light towns, as we like to call them. So, couldn't really find anything for breakfast there, so I came out here for a Dunkin' Donuts. And while I was driving to the Dunkin', I passed this little thing, the CNJ 113. Unfortunately, she looks like she needs a lot of help, but I know they did have her steaming only a couple years ago. It wasn't that long ago. She was running some somewhat frequent trips, but hopefully they can get her back running again. I understand she had quite a few problems before they sidelined her, so they might be down for a while. But anyway, we did of course just chase the QAMC from Mahoney City or something like that, Mahoney City out to Mount Carmel, and we're probably going to head back up towards Mount Carmel now and get the MCQA a little bit. Before that, or after that though, I do want to come back down here, because the other thing I noticed besides the CNJ 113 and the station on my way down here, I also noticed another rail line. And so I figured, or I knew right away, it was the Reading and Northern, because I know there aren't any other railroads out here. So that got me wondering if there was a Reading and Northern job that'd be coming out here soon. So I looked on the railroad Wikipedia page, and it said that there is, and they come on duty in Port Clinton at 11. But like most jobs on the Reading and Northern, they have to taxi out of the main terminal first. In this case, that would be Reading Yard. So by the time they taxi out of Reading Yard, they'll probably be getting into Port Clinton around 11:30, and probably out of Port Clinton by 12:30, which is another 2 hours from now. So before that, we'll probably head back up to Mount Carmel, shoot the MCQA a little bit, and then we'll come back down this way for, I believe it's the NRRB or something like that. I think it's the Port Clinton to Cressona job, and we'll see what we can get of that. But that's what's happening here at 10:30. Alright everyone, so it's now coming up on 11:30 here, and an hour later we are back where we were an hour ago. We're back in Minnersville. I did head back over to Mount Carmel looking for the MCQA job and never found them. So I ended up coming back through Minnersville on my way to Port Clinton, and I saw coal cars rolling through past the CNJ 113. So I quickly navigated myself to this little private crossing right here. I guess it's a business crossing. And I guess there's a coal mine behind me, and I guess the switcher is working right now. So we'll check this out for a little bit, and then we'll head towards North Reading for the NRFF again. Okay, so it is about 1:05 in the afternoon now, and we're leaving Minnersville now, and we're going to head over to Port Clinton. We're going to be getting there right at 1:30, which is when the NRFF should be on duty, and then they should be through Port Clinton about maybe another 45 minutes after that. So during that 45 minutes to an hour, we're going to check out Port Clinton. Maybe the yard job would be working or something. Hopefully there'll be something running. If not, we'll just hang out for 45 minutes, maybe. I don't know. Find something to do. But that is the plan for now. We're going to get those 3 shots of NRFF that we missed yesterday. And then after that, the MCQA should be coming into Tamaqua, if we're lucky. They were a little bit earlier than, I guess, what's normal today, but of course I don't know anything about this railroad. But it seemed like they were running earlier today, based on what I've seen in reports from the past. But I guess normally what happens is they hold in Barnesville for the NRFF to go north, and then they come south into Tamaqua. If we're lucky, we'll get to see them again, but if not, oh well. But that is the plan for the next few hours, and yeah, let's see what we get. folks, that is going to conclude our Reading and Northern part of this little 3-day trip to Pennsylvania, so let's close this one out. Of course, first to recap, we got yesterday's NRFF quite a few times. I think 5 times we got them, and we missed the 3 shots yesterday that we just did today, so we made up for it. Then of course, earlier this morning we got the QAMC coming out of Mahoney City or whatever it's called, and they went west to Mount Carmel. And then after that we got the West Curzona Switcher, and then went down to Port Clinton, and we got today's NRFF. Not a bad 2 days at all on the Reading and Northern. Oh, and then of course we got that the coal mine switcher up in Minnersville, which is pretty cool. So I think the Reading and Northern definitely deserves more frequent visits from me. Usually when I come down here I focus on NS just because I like more trains. Usually I prefer to have more trains than chasing just one, especially when they do 40 miles an hour like these guys do. Obviously I chase the Housatonic Railroad a lot and the New England Central quite a bit, but I think Reading and Northern deserves some more of my attention. So next time we come down here, we're definitely going to be checking these guys out more than we have in the past. But yeah, so once again, as for future trips this week during my week off from work, tomorrow, Tuesday, we're 99% probably just going to stay home and do nothing for the day. Or at least I'll not do nothing. I'm going to be working on photos and videos, of course. But probably going to be home all day tomorrow. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I might be going out on separate day trips all 3 days in a row.
Turn right onto Claremont Avenue.
But we got to see. Definitely going to go on 2 more trips and possibly 3 more during my week off here. But that is what's on the board for future trips right now. Definitely one up to Pan Am, possibly New England Central, and possibly the CSX Mohawk sub. Those are 3 places I would like to get to during the remainder of my week off, but we'll see. And then I guess that's about it. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Find me on Facebook and Instagram. Links will of course be at the end of the video and in the description down below. And I'm trying to think of something else to say because I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I guess not. I guess my brain's just fried from doing all this driving and being alone for 3 days. But anyway, I guess that's it. So
18 miles. Keep left onto PA-309.
As always, guys, thank you for watching. I'm Aidan Neese, and I'll see you all in the next one.